Okay, so we're told now here that two circles that are touching, S and T, are shown, and M is the tangent at S and T. So they're the two, M and N, so they're the two lines from the previous section. And we have found our A and our B to be -2, 1 and 6, 13. They were from the last part. So what I've done here is I've just set it out in kind of like a number line. They said the ratio of the two radii are 1:3, so we don't really care what the lengths are, just that the ratios is 1:3. Okay, so there's our first circle there in yellow, and there's our second circle there in pink. Okay, 3 parts and 3 parts. Okay, so what we should see then is the total distance from A to C. So I'm going to do this by translations. It's the easiest way to find the coordinates of C. So if I want to get from A to B, what translation will I need? Okay, well what we'll see is from -2 to 6 will be +8, and from 1 to 13 will be +12. Okay, so the next thing then we need to figure out is we only want to get as far as C. So if we look at it, we have 2 parts in yellow and we have a total of 6 parts in pink. So basically that's 8 parts in total, but I only want one of those parts to actually get me as far as C. So I want to get from -2, 1 as far as C. Okay, so I'm using the same translation, but I'm not using all of it. I'm actually only going to use 1/8 of that. Okay, because I only want to get 1/8 of the way across of the +8 and the +12. So 1/8 of 8 is +1, and 1/8 of +12 is +3/2. Okay, so that gives me then my C to be so -2 + 1 is -1, and 1 + 1.5 is 2.5, or 5/2. Okay, so that's my point C. It says find the equation of S. So I'm trying to find the equation of S. So what I need to do now next is I need to get the length of the radius. Now, don't be thinking the radius is 1. That's just the ratio. Okay, so to get the length of it, we will get the distance from A to C. So the radius is equal to the length from A to C, which is equal to, filling into our distance formula, -1 + 2 squared plus 5/2 -1 squared, which gives us √13/2. Now that's simply using your distance formula there. x2 minus x1 to be squared plus y2 minus y1 to be squared, and obviously square root on all of that. So that's your distance that we're using here. Okay, so now we have the radius to be √13/2. So we're going to use that along with the equation of a circle. So x minus h to be squared plus y minus k to be squared is equal to r squared. Okay, so my h and k is the center of my circle, which is C, which I've just found, which is x plus 1, so don't forget your sign change, plus y minus 5/2 squared. Now don't forget you need r squared here, so that will change it into 13/4. Simple as that. So that's the equation there of S. No need to tidy it up or do anything more with it, that's perfectly fine.